Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Hooker. So if you watched the last video, I explained that I'm going to be doing the video separately per subject. So we just did reading, James and the Giant Peach. That's the first video where we discussed the date, the time, the map, and we feed Walter. So now we're moving on to science. We will be combining science and writing, but for today we're just going to do science. Tomorrow we'll move on to a writing project to go with science. So today I'm just going to introduce some of the vocabulary words that go with our science lesson, and then I'm going to have some homework for you to do to go with it. So on the video underneath there should be a link to send you to a Google document that will be a graphic organizer for filling out the vocabulary for our science unit. If you look at this board, this is our interactive vocabulary word board. We have 5 vocabulary words that we're going to discuss today, and these are going to be ones that we're going to be learning about more throughout the week for this habitat. So speaking of habitat, habitat is our first word. So a habitat is a, let's see, can you see that? We'll get close. Special places where plants and animals live. So that's the definition, and then underneath it, Mrs. Hooker gave an example of a sentence that goes with habitats. So I put frogs live in many different habitats. That was my example sentence, and you can see it goes right underneath. So we have the definition and then my example sentence. Then you come over here and you have pictures and an example and a non-example of the word. So on your graphic organizer, you're going to have the same thing. So you're going to have to draw a picture that represents a habitat. So for instance, Mrs. Hooker drew, this was supposed to be a bear. It does not look like a bear. It kind of looks like a pig. But I drew a tree and what was supposed to be a bear. So that was my example of a habitat. Be a forest habitat. And then for the word example and non-example, I did an example of a habitat would be a desert. And a non-example of a habitat would be Walmart. Walmart is not a place where plants and animals live. So that's my non-example. Fancy words for this would be synonym and antonym. So synonym is a word that is similar to the word we're describing. Antonym is a word that is the opposite of what we're describing. So an example of the word and a non-example of the word, or synonym and antonym. The kids in my class should be familiar with synonym and antonym. We've used those before. So Mrs. Hooker did examples for the first one. I did sentences and the pictures, but you can see the rest of these are blank. So why that is because Mrs. Hooker gives you the word and I give you the definition. It's your job to come up with a sentence, a picture, an example, and a non-example. Then submit them to me and I will pick the ones that I like and I will put them up on the board. Okay? So yeah. All right, here we go. The definition of desert is, the desert is a habitat that is very hot during the day and cold at night. They get less than 10 inches of rain a year. Okay? The next word is cactus. A cactus is a plant that requires little water and has pointy spikes. Our next word is scorpion. A scorpion is an arachnid that has a long, narrow tail that is filled with venom. So venom is a poison. And the last word, I don't know if I'm in the way there, is chameleon. And a chameleon is a lizard that can change the color of its skin. Alrighty, so we went ahead and described all of the words that are in our science for today. I'm going to go ahead and read you a book. It's called Don't Call Me a Pig. And then we're going to be done with our science lesson. Tomorrow we're going to talk more about different animals that are in the desert habitat, the scorpion and the chameleon. And we're going to talk about different cacti, and then we're going to write some informative papers about those things as well. So we're going to finish off our lesson with Don't Call Me a Pig. making sure you can see. Okay. Not gonna work. There we go. Okay. Welcome to my story. Please pay attention. There's our picture. Well, I'm an odd-looking creature, and I have a tale to tell. I'm a javelina, but I have names, you see. In a hot, dry Arizona, I'm called a collar peccary. My body is thin and muscular among the cactus and the pines. I roam like a rocky scrubland. In the Sonora Desert is my home. I live with lots of family members. The herd can grow quite big. Though I'm shy, I have only one request. Don't ever call me a pig. I'm a javelina. Look close, I have no tail. I live in the southwestern desert with coyotes, jackrabbits, and quail. My fur is coarse and bristly, black and gray with a collar of white. My dark eyes are small and beady. It's true, I have bad eyesight. We match. You see the picture? Okay. My snout is tough as leather. Both plants and fruit I eat. I like the taste of bugs and snakes. Prickly pear cactus is a treat. My front teeth are sharp like javelins. The Spaniards thought it so. I use my snout and teeth for digging, gobble roots and berries where they grow. When danger's near, I stand my ground. My safety does not matter. A loud grunt signals my herd in all directions to scatter. Want to come sit over here and read with us? Here, lay down on my lap. I'm sure the kids would love to see you. Lay down. Well, right now you're in the camera, so you need to lay down. Can you lay down? Yeah, lay down. Here, you can listen to the reading, but you have to lay down. Come here. Okay, lay down. Lay down. Okay, you're being super awkward. Are you gonna lay down? No, she doesn't want to be a part of our story time. Okay, sorry guys. My skinny legs have just 3 toes. It's my head that grows quite big. But if you want to keep me happy, don't ever call me a pig. I'm a javelina, not a pig, all you see. In the wilds of southwestern deserts, I'm called the collared peccary. My secret is strong. Sorry. My scent is strong and stinky. Sniff, you might smell me near. Look close, you may never see me, only grunting sounds you'll hear. I have scent glands below each eye, a big one along my back. I use the smell to mark my herd land to know members of my pack. So they rub against each other and it marks their scent onto them. So then if other javelinas smell them, they would know that those javelinas are part of a certain pack, a certain group of javelinas. I weigh as much as 60 pounds, stand 2 feet tall. That's big. Just one thing you should remember, don't ever call me a pig. I'm a javelina, not a pig at all, you see. In Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, I'm called the collared peccary. Now, you know my story. One last thing before I run. Tell your friends about the javelinas because learning is always fun. that. And all right, they have some information in the back of the book that I wanted to read to you a little bit so you could learn a little bit more about the javelinas. So their diet, like it said, is roots, fruit, cacti, seeds, prickly pear, cactus is their favorite treat. They will also eat snakes, lizards, insects, and grub. Grub is like bugs. Their color is gray and black with a yellow tinge on their cheeks, and a white collar runs from their shoulder to shoulder. Let's see if it has anything else. I think most of it they talked about in the book. Talks about where they live. So they live in deserts, pine forests, and grasslands of Arizona, New Mexico, and the southwestern Texas area. Through Mexico and Central America to the jungles and the grasslands of Brazil and Argentina. Very cool. All right, so that's the javelinas, and that is science for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Next, I will do a video on cursive. I'm going to do a cursive video. So we are done for today for science, and we're not doing writing today, and Mrs. Hooker does not have a math lesson for you today. So I think I will have 4 videos uploaded. One of those videos is going to be a reading lesson for those of us who are struggling with reading. I'm just going to break it apart and make it a little bit simpler for you. So, all right, we'll talk to you later.